Good evening. My name is Martin Bridges, and I work at the Pillsbury Law Firm. I've known Clay, one of the founders of Water Pigeon, for a number of years. But what I didn't know was what Clay was working on with his co-founder, Saab, this exciting new company. If you really think about what powers the economy at a very basic level, I would argue it comes down to two key liquids, oil and water. Now, arguably, a lot of us in the room who are in the startup community could say that craft beer is the third liquid, but I'm not here to talk about that tonight. I spent the formative years of my career in the water industry and generated a deep interest about the economic importance of water and also the importance of a reliable water supply for our economy. Reliability of water and conservation go hand in hand. And conservation is driven by knowledge. And having reliable consumption information at the point of use in the water industry is critical to altering behavior and detecting infrastructure problems. The traditional way to read a residential water meter today is to have somebody drive around in a truck, stop at every single house, get out of that truck, and look at every single water meter to read it. And then the information that's read from that water meter does not come back to the consumer for a 30, 60, or 90-day period. And the same holds true for the utility that owns that meter. This is very costly and it's cumbersome, and it doesn't allow consumers or utilities the ability to react to overuse of this precious commodity, particularly when we all need to have this conservation mindset. Well, today there's a number of companies that automate this process, and they remotely read water meters. The problem with the process today is that those meters at every single one of those houses has to be replaced, and then there has to be a wireless infrastructure built to read those meters. What Water Pigeon has done is developed a disruptive technology that will bring remote water meter reading technology into the Internet of Age with a low-cost and easy-to-deploy solution that does not require the replacement of water meters and that does not require the replacement or the building of new wireless infrastructure. We believe Water Pigeon will become a household name. I believe Water Pigeon will become a household name, and the law firm that I work for believes that Water Pigeon will become a household name because this technology is going to disrupt the existing marketplace. It's going to lower the cost of reading water meters for utilities, and it's going to provide timely consumption and usage information and billing information to consumers. So with that, I'd like to introduce the co-founder of Water Pigeon, Saab, to tell you more about this tremendously exciting new San Diego company.
Thank you. Well, with that introduction, I'm just going to walk off. That's Water Pigeon. Thank you, Martin. Thank you. My name is Sarp Sekaroglu. I'm a co-founder of Water Pigeon, and we are a fast, simple, secure alternative to automated water metering, as Martin mentioned. Most of you know what this is. This is a water bill, and water is scarce in San Diego. We all know that. Due to drought, we had some troubles, and the water prices went up. For the ones in the back, if you can't see, I'm going to zoom in. That is a $7,000 water bill. It could get expensive in San Diego. Well, let's talk about how this bill is generated. This bill is generated by looking at the water meter. Water meter generates the data for you, and the utility takes that and gets you a bill. Now, how is that done now? Now it's done in three ways. The manual way is that they come to your property, if you're in San Diego, every 60 days, and then they manually read the meter, take the data back to the utility. A little bit of advanced AMR, that's advanced meter reading. That meter has a short-range radio, so they don't have to get out of their cars, but once a month they drive by and collect that data. The most advanced one is the AMI, Advanced Metering Infrastructure. That integrates the radios with the meters and a private wireless network that collects the data and sends it back to the utility. Now, this is the old school way of doing things. The new way, the new age, is Water Pigeon. How we convert that to an analog old meter to a smart meter is we just change the lid, and that's it. The lid, we optically read the water meter, and we use existing cellular networks to transmit the data. That way we avoid a lot of things. Our business model is to sell to the utilities directly. Sorry, you cannot buy it. You got to send a letter to your city. They'll buy it for you. We sell to the utility, and we generate revenue from direct sales. And then we provide them data service and analytics on a monthly basis, which creates the monthly recurring revenue. As end users, you'll get an app, and the app will tell you how much water you use that day. When you know that, you tend to save about 16% on average on water consumption. Reduce your water bill. We will detect leaks, tell you there's a leak in your house or maybe a leak in your irrigation system. And we'll also tell you that you're using too much water. Towards the end of the month, you're going to skip a tier, and it's going to be really expensive. We can tell you that too. So far, we got good traction. We signed up with 5 utilities. We presented this idea to the utilities, and within an hour, we signed up with 5 of them for pilots. We're starting early November. They really like the idea because it's fast, simple, and not much risk to them, because they know how much it takes to go to the AMI from a basic system. Let's take a look at that process. First, you got to evacuate the residence of your water meter. Then you take that old meter out. You put a new meter in, the lower back pain method, and then you put a radio to that meter and an antenna that goes to the lid, and then you build a wireless network and to transmit the data. You got to design it and put it in place. As you see, it's a very long and time-consuming, costly process. Our alternative, the Water Pigeon way, which we'll demonstrate with you, Kayla, if you could help me install this Water Pigeon. You take the lid out. Watch your finger. Watch the snake. We took the snake out. Good to look. That's it. So in a minute or less, you have converted your smart meter, your basic meter to a smart meter. That's all it takes. Now let's take a look at some numbers. Rancho Santa Fe is going through a system upgrade right now. They got 7,300 meters, and they're going to be spending $5.5 million over the next 5 years to deploy this system they invested in. That was not a Water Pigeon. If they waited a year and selected us to do this project, we could have done this for $2 million. And we could deploy in 6 months. You can see we're 40% of the cost, 10 times faster. Our target market, we'll start with City of San Diego, 750,000 meters in the county, pretty good number. But our target market is the Sun Belt. If you look at the Sun Belt, everybody has a similar climate. All the meters are in the pit, and we got about 36 million meters in that target market. And the fun part. We are looking for funds. We're trying to raise $500,000 so we can go forward with our pilots and with our development of second-generation pigeons. Thank you very much.